This is the reason one simple cup can help pepper plants hold more flowers and carry more fruit when the rest of your care is already in the ballpark. Today I'm walking you through a gentle half-and-half blend of worm castings and finished compost, how it supports bloom without a leaf-only surge from heavy nitrogen, and the exact way to place one full cup around each plant. Pepper bushes can throw a surprising load of buds in one season, and a share of those buds will drop even on good plants. That part is ordinary plant budgeting. The frustration starts when a strong-looking pepper keeps aborting blossoms before any pod takes shape, and the usual culprits stack in a familiar order: heat stress, uneven water, weak pollination, and a nutrition pattern that builds leaves first and flowers second. Temperature sits near the front of that list for a reason. Many peppers grow happiest when daytime air lands roughly between 70 and 80 degrees, and hot types often handle a little or more heat, up toward the mid-80s. Night air that sinks below about 60 degrees or climbs above about 75 pairs again and again with bud drop. A hard heat spike will ignore the pretty bag of plant food on your shelf if the plant is already stressed. Nitrogen creates the other classic mistake once buds arrive. Nitrogen feeds leafy growth and general plant vigor, which you want early, yet a steady high nitrogen push after flowering starts can steer the bush into a deep green canopy with thin bloom interest. Fruiting peppers need support for buds and pods, not a lawn-style green-up. After that, water swings and poor pollen movement on porches or indoor setups remove still more blooms before fruit can set. If a simple soil cup like this earns its keep in your garden, tap like and subscribe so the next one-cup recipe reaches you. A short comment with your pepper variety helps me answer the problems growers actually run into, not the ones I only imagine at the desk. So here is the cup itself. Measure 1/2 cup of pure worm castings and 1/2 cup of finished compost. Castings are the digested output from composting worms, often red wigglers in a home or farm bin, and finished compost is fully cured organic matter that has cooled and smells earthy rather than sour. Blend them and you get gentle nutrition plus organic matter that helps soil hold both air and water in a steadier way. Castings earn their garden reputation because the worm's digestion turns complex materials into forms roots can use more easily, and the finished granules carry nutrients that commonly include nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, with helpers such as calcium and iron in the mix. They also arrive with microbial life that feeds the wider soil food web. A natural mucus film around castings slows the release of those nutrients, which is a big reason gardeners can work castings near roots without the burn pattern you see from hot synthetic salts. University of California agriculture materials describe castings as water-soluble enough for plants to take up nutrients and trace minerals readily, and they report trials with improved flower size, bloom quantity, quality, and color, along with fruit and vegetable yield gains listed from 57% upward in the tests they summarize. Your own bed is not a controlled research plot, so take that as strong support for soil quality work, not a promise stamped on every single plant. Finished compost plays the steady co-pilot role. The US EPA notes that finished compost adds organic matter, improves soil structure and health, and helps soil retain moisture. That structure and moisture behavior matters for peppers because both a dry crack in the pot and a soggy base can shove blossoms off the plant. Compost does not shock a bush overnight. It builds a calmer root zone so ordinary days do not turn into flower drop days as fast. Here is the job in order. Step 1. Confirm the compost is finished, uniform, earthy smelling, and cool to the touch. Step 2. Scoop 1/2 cup castings and 1/2 cup compost into a bowl and stir until the blend looks even. Step 3. If the potting mix is dusty dry, water the pepper lightly first so the fresh blend does not sit on a hard, water-repelling crust. Step 4. Lay a thin ring of the full cup on the soil surface under the outer leaf line, where feeder roots actually work, and keep the mix a little off the main stem. Step 5. Scratch the blend into only the top surface so it meets moist soil without ripping deep roots. Step 6. Water gently to settle everything. 1 cup total is plenty for a single container plant. In a wide bed, treat 1 cup per plant as a measured top dress, not a heap piled against the crown. Timing carries as much weight as the recipe. Put this cup down when the plant is established and showing flower buds or early open blooms, then consider a lighter follow-up later if fruit load rises and the mix looks tired or water races through the pot. Seedlings can enjoy castings in a starter blend at modest rates, and home garden guides often keep castings near about 20% by volume in a mix rather than planting into pure castings. For final pots and beds at bloom, the 1 cup top dress is a practical maintenance move. Match the cup with the conditions flowers demand. Keep moisture even from day to day. On a screened porch or indoors with few pollinators, give flowering branches a light daily shake or run a small fan so pollen moves across the blooms. Park the high nitrogen lawn fertilizers once buds appear. Aim soil pH in the general 5.8 to 6.8 band that peppers like, so the nutrients already waiting in the mix stay available to roots. Be plain about the limits. This cup will not erase night heat stuck above the mid-70s, and it will not rescue a plant sitting in a saucer of stale water. Daylight still rules growth. A cramped transplant still needs a bigger home. Castings and compost built a root zone with balanced slow feed and better water behavior, and when temperature and pollen cooperate, more blossoms stay put and more fruit finishes the job. Give the surface time to settle after you top dress, because this is slow biology and organic matter, not an hourly booster drink. Pick fruit when it colors, since clearing ripe pods helps the plant keep setting new ones. Hold water steady through the first week so the fresh blend knits into the upper root zone instead of crusting dry on top. A simple rhythm works well for most home setups. Apply the full 1 cup blend at strong bud set, watch the plant for 2 to 3 weeks, and only then offer a lighter half cup if color fades or the mix looks spent, rather than chasing weekly nitrogen. That restraint separates a fruiting pepper from a handsome green shrub with an empty harvest basket. That is the full method in plain order. 1 cup half-worm castings and half-finished compost, ringed on the soil of an established pepper at bloom time, scratched in, watered, and backed by even moisture, sensible temperatures, and a little help with pollen. You build gentler nutrition, better soil structure, and a root zone that favors flowers and fruit instead of leaves alone. If this saved you a round of dropped blooms, like the video, subscribe for more simple organic soil recipes, and comment with your pepper type, plus whether flower drop has been your main fight. I see those notes and shape the next cup experiments around what you are honestly growing at home.